I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.
Check reparation, 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 check reparation.
Well, if you talking compensation, it's about that time. You get everybody.
Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today we will be discussing an accused Russian spy boasted that infiltrating the U.S. was easy as American apple pie. He's now in prison after getting caught with files that blew his cover. We'll be discussing that and more on today's episode of PCP Gone Wild. This is the Keep It P podcast where we take news and situations and everyday occurrences and we show how one could or could not be keeping it P. And today I am your host, TZ Von Savage. You see the article. It's from Business Insider. Bethany Dawson is said author. Bullet points. Jay Lava's favorite. Shout out Jay Lava. Not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. Hello, McFlizzle. Secret messages from court documents give a look into the wild life of an accused Russian spy. The DOJ accuses Sergey Cherkasov of operating undercover in the U.S. and got a cache of his messages. He boasted wildly about his false identity, writing, "We effing did it." Then his luck ran out. Court documents containing secret messages purporting to be between a Russian spy and his handler give a wild look into a decades-long cover story that later dramatically fell apart. What is this, a Tom Clancy novel? Like, this dude seems like he's being celebrated. The DOJ alleges that Cherkasov spent years building a false identity as a Brazilian called Victor Mueller Freire. I wonder how he could bluff to be a Brazilian. Huh? Because all the Latinos, Brazilians, and the Spaniards and all that, you really want to be white. We're just going to bring it straight down the middle. Let's just keep it one thou wow. Fiera. And so he going in between Espanol and being Russian, P. Give him a little tan, put on some of that little lotion and speak some Espanol. And then you got Latina. I am a Victor Mueller Ferreira from Brazil. So he used all his little fake documents and snuck into the U.S. One message in the complaint shows Karskov jubilant after getting accepted into a prestigious U.S. university where he hoped an international relations course would get him access to privileged information on U.S. foreign policy. Today we effing drink, he wrote, later adding, we effing did it. Got his letter all up in the business. Another message published by the Department of Justice celebrated that he would enter the U.S. with a status of an effing top dude with the fantastic work perspectives, citizenship perspectives. I'm really rocking this and I'm killing it. It's easy to be a Latino, getting all the privileges. All I got to do is go in between being white and Latino as I feel necessary. South American, Mexican. However, despite his confidence in the cover story in the years that followed, Cherkasov's luck ran out, the document said. After graduating from his U.S. course, CNN reported it was at Johns Hopkins University. The DLJ said Cheskov tried to get jobs in the U.S. government, think tanks, and the media. Ultimately, it said he was accepted for an internship at the International Criminal Court in the Netherlands, but was denied entry by Dutch security in April 2022 when he tried to take it up. Not long after that, he was arrested in Brazil, where he was charged with identity theft and fraud. Boy, you was doing the mostest. From there, Brazilian agents found a huge cache of evidence which they shared with the FBI to build his case. He was later convicted in Brazil and given 15 years in prison. Per the complaint, Cherkasov was arrested with several hard drives and a phone which were full of information detailing a cover story stretching back more than a decade. His hard drives also held a map to a hiding place in Sao Paulo. Per the document, the phone led agents to Cherkasov's real name, to his mom, and the photos of him in Russian military uniform, which would be consistent with a job as a spy. Had they not got that, they weren't even gonna listen to Cuz. He could have been outed. He could have told on himself. Never would have believed it. The complaint also included messages from after Cherkasov was detained, where he texted somebody described as a love interest, boasting that he would soon be extradited to Russia, a reality that did not come true. Good news that is that in 2 weeks my case is going to be finished. Like no revision of it, no appeal. Like boom, over, he wrote. I dreamed a lot about our new year, you and me in St. Petersburg and snow walking in the Winter Palace. All we will be happy, happy prisoner of war. The complaint said that the Russian government told Brazil that Cherkasov was wanted for drug trafficking, a claim the complaint describes as dubious, in which the investigative outlet Bellcat said was a pretense to get them back. Riding for they people, getting on code, let us get our spy back. The DOJ accuses Cherkasov of acting as an unregistered foreign agent, using false documents and lying to officials. It isn't clear how and when he could stand trial given his imprisonment in Brazil. What do we learn today here, boys and girls? Internationally accepted privilege card of I'm white and I say so. Internationally recognize my face card, and I can intermingle with Spaniards, Mexicans, South Americans interchangeably. It doesn't matter. I can go in and out as I feel, representing one of them, and I can make it play for it. I can go back and forth as I feel necessary, and every time it's I'm white and I say so. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, scold you, and fold you about being off cold. Gonna leave you with 4 words that we always do. A little bit of love, peace, blessings, and maloha. Out the Doha, gotta go high. I'm white and I say so high.